Hey everybody, Yanni's back here doing another game review for Dynasty Warriors 8. It's been a while. Apologize for not putting out a video last week. I was just really busy with school and work, but I'm back. We're doing this game, Dynasty Warriors. I never really played any of the other ones. I've seen other people play them, but never was my cup of tea. It's like a hack and slash action game where you fight like a bunch of people. Kind of reminiscent. It's its own, I guess you could say Dynasty, but other games, that are like it are like 99 Nights and stuff like that. One versus a bunch of people. I'm doing the tutorial because it goes over a lot of the stuff that is in the gameplay. Like, for example, kind of like the weapon triangle from Fire Emblem, there's 3 different types, kind of like elements that are, one's good against another one's good against a third one, and then that third one is good against the first one. So it's like a big triangle where it goes around, one's better than the other. X is how you do a basic attack, A is how you jump, and when you break pots, you can get items from them, mostly health, but it's random, I think, it depends. There is mounted combat. I kind of use it a lot because you can just literally run through people, and running through them does damage. Also, the tutorial level is a very, at least in the 360, there's an achievement for, beating 1,000 people. It's really easy in the tutorial because none of them fight back. So yeah, X is normal attack, and then Y is a heavy attack. It's kind of like Deadpool was, almost pretty much exactly the same. A jumps, X is normal, Y is heavy. B in Deadpool teleports. Well, on this one, I believe it lets you do special moves. I don't remember what the name of them was, but you press B and then I believe Y and it does a special move. You carry 2 weapons on your character. Pressing RB switches between them, but when you switches, you don't just pull out the sword. You smack somebody with the weapon and then pull out the next weapon. As you can see here, I think I'm about to demonstrate. Yeah, you just like run through people, and your horse rears up a little bit, but you literally just, yeah. Also, something that's pretty funny is you can actually jump while you're on your horse, as you saw a couple seconds ago. It's kind of comical and funny to do. Excuse me. As the graphics, they're alright. I can't expect, the Xbox 360 to be able to render, this many people, like that many people on the screen at one time, and have, Final Fantasy 13. It's going to be my go-to one. Graphics, or even just like Crisis 3 on the PC, or 1 or whatever, whichever one you want to use. It's just like it can't handle that much, especially here where they just keep spawning. So the graphics are pretty mediocre at best, I'd say. As for the gameplay, it's very repetitive. Basically, you just run around and, just hit X and Y on people. Kind of like Deadpool. Deadpool had the comical effect, though, and kind of the same graphics, but the comical effect led that one to be better. This one was more of a, like, not as much relying on the comedy as much as the storyline. And the storyline kind of seemed to just like, when I did, not the tutorial, but the actual storyline, it kind of just threw a bunch of names at me. It was like, this is what this guy's doing, go fight for him. And I was like, alright, sure, I guess. I'm just going to go fight a bunch of people. There are a bunch of names that I was familiar with, even having not played any Dynasty Warrior games before, like Lubu. And, yeah, he was, one of the missions is just like running away from him. Something that got me a couple times was when you're on the ground, you have to press, I believe it's LB to get up. So you like get knocked down, you won't get up until you press LB. So for a lot of the time, especially during the regular missions, I forgot about it, and I would just lay on the ground for forever. Right here, I'm trying to do something called a switch counter, where like right when somebody's going to attack me, I press RB and you like hit them instead of getting hit, and then switch weapons. At least I believe that's what it was. Right there. That's what it was. It was kind of hard for me to pull off. because there wasn't any indicator, especially with this giant text box in the middle of the screen. Also, enemies that you have an advantage over, like your weapon is human and theirs is earth or something. I believe that's how it goes. If you hit them enough, there's a little blue thing above their head, kind of like a crystal, and when you smack them, it goes away. And when it goes away all the way, it it's gonna happen in just a second. It basically does like this crazy attack, and it hits everyone in front of you. So it helps you fight the stronger enemies. When you press, I think it is clicking in the left stick, when that gauge is full next to the person's face in the bottom left corner, you go into what they call rage mode, where you just do a crap load of damage and just smack them like crazy all around. So this mission is almost over, the tutorial. There's a tutorial for every single, I believe it's like country. This one is for Wei, and there's Wu, Xin, and Ji, I think. But if you complete all 4 of those, you get an achievement as well. But if it does the same thing but with different characters, I don't think it'd be worth it. It'd be really boring, unless you're a perfectionist and want to get all the achievements. Anyway, yeah, I'd say, I mean, it's a fun game. I had fun just like running around and beating people up. But in the story, there's like ballistas, and they'll just completely just rip through you. And then while you're getting hit, you flinch as like whenever you get hit. So I was sitting there getting hit by the ballistas and flinching, and then everyone else was running up and just beating me up. So I died quite a lot in the actual story missions, which wasn't really fun for me. It kind of ruined it because I was getting really pissed off at the game. And that's not good. That was on normal too. It wasn't even on that hard of a difficulty. But yeah, so I'd say I'd give this game, I'm gonna give it a 7. It was really fun, even though I'm not really good at it. So like, comment, subscribe. Keep a lookout for Let's Play coming out soon. I might be doing Borderlands, maybe Payday 2 The Heist. And then, oh yeah, this is me getting wrecked by Lubu in one hit. So enjoy this. I'll see you next week.